I created a game in 3 hours, and here's how it went. I competed in TryJam 323, a game jam in which contestants have to complete a game in 3 hours. While you are allowed to use pre-made assets, I chose to make all the assets within the allotted 3 hours, including programming, art and music. I had an idea going into the game jam of a game where you jump off a building and have to avoid birds. I chose this as I thought it was a simple enough idea to implement within 3 hours. I started off by working on the art assets for the game, which I imported into Godot as I went. I decided to go for a sketchy style for the game because I wanted it to stand out against the pixel art that lots of people would have chosen to do. And I chose a sketchy style because it was easy to create in a short period of time. Once I had all the essential assets created, I started working on the programming, which was fairly simple, given that all I had to do was apply a force to the player to move down, make the player horizontally follow the mouse, and have enemies that the player could collide with that would reset the level. I had the core mechanics implemented within the first hour, leaving me free to work on polish for the rest of the time. Adding start scene, creating a main menu, and finally adding music. Now, I don't really know anything about music, but I'm trying to learn, so that I can give my games more energy and emotion. This is my first attempt making music for a game, and knew that a chord progression was one of the main building blocks of a song. So I used a chord progression generator I found online and imported that into Reaper. I then proceeded to separate out the bass line and chords, then adding different instruments to them, then putting a very simple drum beat in and repeating the different parts of the song at different times to create some variation. I then imported it into Godot and finished up the game. I quickly uploaded it to Itch, and in total I finished the game in under 2.5 hours. So is it any good? No, not really, but that wasn't the point. The point was to learn and improve my game dev skills, and I did. If you want to check out my game or any of the other games submitted to the jam, then I'll leave the links down below. Thanks for watching, goodbye.